What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Joe, you got Superstar Rob, and you got Superstar Wen. How's it going, Wen? Rob?
Hello, guys.
Welcome to the channel, and with the Superstar invitation, as per usual, the full battle scene going on. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you coming here today. We're excited to have you, and I think that today's video will be a fun one.
Thank you so much for inviting me, guys. It looks like it's gonna be fun, huh?
It's
we
gonna
think
be
so.
a fun one for sure. If you guys seen the title, you guys know what is coming up. If you haven't already, become a superstar. Hit the subscribe button down below, and make sure you have that bell notification turned on as well, just in case we do a random live stream here and there. You guys know exactly when that comes on, and it's easy for you to just hop in, ask us questions, whatever you want. Today, we're going to go quickly through the news because we got a legend here with us. So we want to get into that, but let us continue. We got TikTok, Twitter, Instagram there. You guys can follow it. And Fastos, today I went and actually followed back every single person following us on Veve. It was like 500 people had to go and click it one by one. So if you were following us, you are now being followed by us. If not, DM me on Twitter. I'll fix it. But Fastos6909, 9.9 million. Veve made a new update. Really, really easy to follow you guys back now. So if you really want to have some more followers, go follow everybody on that list and follow everybody back. It's fun time. All right, let's get into the Twitter quickly. Tomorrow we got a comic, right? Thursday, yeah. So tomorrow we got this comic. It is 0.1 number 1, and it's Kamala Khan's first appearance as Miss Marvel. And it's got some beautiful covers. Actually, one of my favorite Veve artists is doing this one, Nicoletta, right? So,
you know, I was surprised actually that that this is a B rank comic on Sleeping Comics website.
Oh, yeah?
So it's actually ranked pretty high. I don't know, when are you big into going for the comics? Will you go for this one, or are you gonna pass?
To be honest, I haven't tried that much the drops. However, I follow what Sleeping or Comics at Krypton tell me to buy. So if they say that they're gonna stack this, I will stack some of them.
Yeah, it's B. It's probably not one of the highest ones that they've ranked, but you know, what's your favorite cover of these 5 here?
I liked the one that is close to the secret red. That is the ultra red, right?
The ultra rare. They got some
here,
Superstar money colors going on over there. A little bit more reddish, but yeah, it's a nice cover.
Yeah, this artist tends to use our colors a lot from our channel. So typical drop, typical values. I mean, if it's a B rank on Sleeping Comics, I might go for it.
Nah, I'm not going for it.
I know you aren't, but I might go for it. I just like the artist and I like the colors. And I don't know if I can get the Wen special over here and get the ultra rare because we had her on the channel. Maybe it's worth it for me to go for it.
Well, we know Joe and other degenerate gamblers will go for this one just because they want that chance, that rush of hitting the buy now and boom, secret rare pops on your screen. But
I don't like this one. Look how big her hand is in this.
Yeah.
Why is her hand so big?
What's happening with that?
Yeah, what's going on? I don't know. I mean, I don't know the character well enough, but I didn't think she had any special massive hand. I don't know. Let us know below.
She's punching the ground here. Maybe she does. Maybe that's her thing. She just has a huge fist that she punches people with.
No, she's powerful. I don't know about the huge fist, but again, someone watching our comic book consultants, let us know below because I'm sure one of you guys know. Okay,
so as you guys know, we are with an OG here. How long have you been in the game? You've been in since March 2021?
Yes, in March 2021. I was around the Ultraman drop, but I didn't do the drop. I bought Finn and Princess Bubblegum from Luis Cepeda. He's also another OG. But my first drop was the DeLorean. But before that, I was just looking around.
So you got in season 1. So because of that, in honor of that, we are doing our collectible draft for season 1. So I'm going to pull it up here. You guys can see what is on the line. We have the 3 contestants here. So Rob's going to do the wheel of names, our favorite thing. And let's see who goes first, who goes second, and who goes third.
All right. Good luck.
This is so much fun.
Pick me. Oh!
Yeah!
You never go first.
All right. I got some luck.
Rigged. That's rigged.
The
fixed. It's fixed.
All right, second place. Second pick.
You got to take your own. Oh, yeah, you did it.
I'm out.
All right. I just wanted to beat Rob. Now I don't care anymore. There it is. Second place. And Joe gets third. But I get back-to-back picks in the first round.
All right.
So here we go. Let's pull up the spreadsheet. And Rob, you got first pick, so I'm going to write you guys in here. Rob, Wen, Joe. Did they make hashtag Wen after you?
Just kidding. Just pure coincidence.
Yeah, just a coincidence.
Pure coincidence. Okay, so with the first overall pick, I will have to select, and you know this is a tough one for me because I'm actually not going to go with my heart. I know just how valued it is with the scarcity, so I'm going to go with the Donnie. It's I have no interest. I'll be honest. I don't like the collectible, but I just know how valuable it is. So I'm going to take it. There's others on the list that probably won't be there for me when it finally comes around my way. But in terms of just absolute dollar value, I think this is the right pick. And actually,
controversy.
If you pull up my screen, let me pull myself up here, right here. There she is. Floor price $120,000. I don't know if anyone's gonna buy that, but there's only 150 of them around. It's a big dollar value.
I wonder what the last sale was on this. Like if there is any sales on these things.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even know. That's what I'm saying. Like at 120,000, like that's a big ticket item right there. Don't know if anybody right now would be buying one of these, but it's so scarce. It's just what's the dollar value? Like you don't know. The market's so inefficient. Again, the community's not as big as we think it is, so those buyers may not be there. Yeah. This is an OG collectible, though. I'm sure Wendy owns all 150 of them. But yeah, like I think this is a good first pick just for the community respect that this is given.
Yeah. Okay. So you are on the clock, Wen. You get to make the next pick from the remaining few here, and I'm very curious because you've been around, so you had the opportunity to pick some of these up early on.
Well, to be honest, I just flipped my thought for Darth Vader, so I will choose not Todd.
She can't. She rejects him now.
Now that I rejected it, but I choose Todd.
Oh, so she does take Todd. Okay.
So Todd, let me pull him up now. So Todd, again, great pickup. I don't own one of these. I love that you sold it. I love Darth Vader, by the way. I think that's a great exchange. Yeah. Todd obviously is like a safe pick. Like this is like if you're like purely all in on Veve, like this is the number one. So maybe you can explain to us, is that the reason why you picked this? Like what's your rationale out of that whole list that you went for Todd?
Because of course I know the value behind this. That is the first NFT, the first superhero, the first Batman, the first DC. Even though that if you Google first Batman NFT, we don't see Veve, but we know like the market knows that this one is the first Batman NFT, so it holds a lot of value. The reason why I flip for Darth Vader is because it has less mint. It's also our first appearance of Darth Vader. And for me, I like more Darth Vader than Todd. And also, I don't have the set of the first season, especially this set. The only one that I have, I think, was Todd. So for me, it's better that I have the full set of Darth Vader than just holding the Todd. But I will try to make my work to get back Todd eventually because I believe that it's going to drop a little bit more.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that because I think the Darth Vader might be one of the nicest collectibles. Obviously, it looks like with time, Veve's gotten better quality in terms of some of the stuff, especially the DC stuff is really cool. But the Star Wars stuff, they did mention that that Lucasfilms was very particular, and I think they nailed it out the park. It's got the animation everybody wanted. It's basically everything everybody wanted, which makes me think that when you do get that bull run, people are going to come onto the app and they're going to look around. What's the nicest, maybe? So I think you did a good choice with the Darth Vader for sure.
Yeah, if you're watching Obi-Wan Kenobi at all, and like I'm actually just did the first episode, but I think that's like a hype episode. Like you're gonna watch that and you're gonna just run and try to buy Darth Vader. You're gonna just FOMO into Darth Vader right away. So it's a bold move. I like the flip for sure. I like the flip, and I don't disagree with you that there might be better opportunities on this one going forward.
Yeah, it might be easier down the road to get back into a Todd than it will be a Vader. I think that's the big thing, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So since you took my pick, I'm I'm gonna go with the next best thing from that set, and that is the Rizzo. It's the most scarce from the first set. It has that error tag, the FE. I don't have one. I'd like to have one, so I'm picking that for that reason. Now I got to pick another one. I guess, Rob, you want to show the Rizzo on your screen there first while I contemplate? Because these back-to-back picks aren't easy.
I can speak to it too, but like I'm assuming you want it because you're playing in the exact same world of being one of the first drops ever on Veve here.
First drop and scarcest from that drop. So if people do want to complete that first set, they need to get one of these.
Yeah, like I just want to own one of these so I can look at it every day and just be motivated to do ab workouts just nonstop because man, this the collectible is clean when you just look at it's sculpted, right? But this thing was at 10K at one point. Like obviously, it's come down quite a bit with most things in the Veve market. I think it's the right choice. I love that first group of.
I think it was way higher than 10K. Can you scroll back?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me go.
Does it tell you?
Yeah, let me go max here. Hold on. Let's load this up. They changed the website on us a little bit.
Unless I'm crazy. I thought it was way higher than that at one point, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the Ecomi Wiki again. They changed it a little bit here. Oh, there we go.
Whoa.
Slide it around. Here we go. Wow.
Yeah, it was way higher.
Wow. 25K at its peak in January. When would those days return?
So the next one I'm picking is going to be based off of total amounts available. Not that it's the biggest IP, but it is holding its value through this crash. And I'm going Ghostbusters gold logo. I just think that there's under 200 of these, right?
Yeah, the Ghostbusters, I think there's even less. I'm trying to find it right now.
So pull that one up. You're not going to be able to read it on my screen, but it is what it is. I'd rather you see the rest. I
got it. So let me pull it up over here.
I got you.
So Ghostbusters gold logo, it's actually at 10K right now. It has only 188 mints, so it's extremely scarce.
Yeah,
it wasn't a bad pick.
It was a hard choice between the gold and the silver because the silver is the first secret rare ever in the app. But it does appear, even by today's, you have them both right there. The price doesn't lie. People want the gold, so I'm taking the gold.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good pick. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, Ecomi Wiki changed their website. I cannot figure this out, but we'll just have to go with it. I'm sure this one at its peak was probably at like 50K or something like that.
Yeah, it's hard to see there. All right, Wen, you're back up.
I would choose Harley Quinn FE, Pug, or Pug. I don't know.
Steve Pugh one, yeah, the low mint one.
Pug in Spanish.
Oh. Yeah, Pug.
Let me see if I can do this. Make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Yeah, there you go.
I got it over here too. I'll pull it up now. So why would you pick this one next out of the entire list?
Because first is the first appearance of Harley Quinn, and she is a badass, and I love actually the art on that collectible, and I just love the collectible itself, not for the money or anything, which is valuable, but more for that collectible. That's one of the collectibles I would like to have, but I have never had.
Yeah, and I think this one here is one of the ones as well that has that FE tag that didn't get removed out of respect that they said, right? So definitely a cool pickup. And I was debating actually between that and the Ghostbusters logo. It's just I knew how few there was of the Ghostbusters logo, so maybe that becomes a token down the line. But no, I like the pick, and I really like the collectible. If I was going with what I liked, I would have chose this over the Ghostbusters logo.
You are copying me.
Yeah, I know. I should have went second. I should have went second. But Rob fixed the wheel.
No fixing here. Just luck. All right. I think that was a pretty good reason to go for it. Yeah, that was very nice.
Rob, you got back-to-back picks.
Yeah, I don't want to be left out here. You guys are having so much fun with that first ever drop. I'm gonna go straight for the Becky. I'm gonna go for the Becky Kluman. I think I have to go for one of these. I knew that you guys were going to for sure pick it up. It's not very valuable right now. If you pull it up over here, it's only 475. There's 3,250 mints. But I just personally, and I actually own a Joe Mad, and I just want exposure to that first ever group drop, right? Like that first, you got the 4 Batmans that came out. I just want to be part of that. So I'm worried that, in the future, even now I'm holding my Joe Mad. I just want to make sure I have that constant exposure because when Veve is inevitably going to grow, you know, the new NFT pump comes, then I think that these season ones, especially the first ever drop on Veve, could be very valuable.
Yeah. All right, you're up again, Rob, and here's what you got left.
You know what? Let's for this one here. I'm gonna go for the other Ghostbusters logo for a very similar reason as you. It's not worth as much as the gold. It's the platinum. I'll pull it up on my screen over here.
Yeah. Is it platinum? I called it silver.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. It's the same thing. I got it over here.
I'm just gonna do this first secret rare.
It's good. And then, like you mentioned, it's the first ever secret rare that came out on the app. But I'm mainly doing it just because it's it has scarce 200 issue drop. I know that when the gold came into play, and I don't know, Wendy, maybe you can help us out with this. Did they come out at the same time, or was the other one airdrop? Do you remember?
I was not at that time because that was on 2020, if I can recall well, but I'm not so sure. But I believe
it was before you.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one.
That's all right.
Yeah, maybe you guys could let us know in the comments. Did they come out together? Was the goal to see an airdrop? I can't remember. I've heard a story.
After, but I'm not so sure. One of my friends was around, but I can't recall the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, someone watching will let us know below for sure. We usually ask anyone when we don't know something, and typically someone in the community either has been there or they know. So let us know below. I'm gonna go with the platinum for the scarcity, 200 mints. Priced at 6,800 right now. There's my next pick.
Okay, so back to you, Wen. Here's what you got left. I don't know if you can read that. If not, I can make it bigger.
I will choose Jim Lee Joker.
Oh, FA Joker.
I just love that collectible.
Pull it up over here. Jim. There you go.
A lot of people, I think, like that collectible. When I first got on the app, there was a lot of hype behind it. A lot of people, a lot of influencers talking about getting into one, and just continuously ran up from November until the highs, obviously. But no, for real, I like that. There's a couple of Jokers on the app, but this one's got that gun with the bang, so really, really cool.
Yeah, it has 7,500 mints. Currently priced at 290, so it's definitely something that it's within range to enter. If someone really, really wanted it.
Did you ever own it?
I have one of those.
Well, you still have one.
Yeah.
Nice.
I do.
Okay.
Cool.
Got it in 100 gems, I think, from a friend.
Beautiful. Nice. Beautiful. Okay.
Okay. So back to me. And I'm going to go with one that I own that I thought that sold, but never sold. So I still have it, is give me my Joe Mad back. I got to have 2 from the original set. I love the FE, the error. I love the pose. I love how it looks in the showroom. It's clean. I love like the comic look of it. How it's got the black lines on the collectible. And it was my first taste of being an OG when I was able to afford one of these. I paid like 1,400 gems for it, and now it is 300.
Hey, that's how it goes sometimes, right?
That's how it works when you buy in January, right? So
that's how it goes. Yeah, this one has 5,500 mints, priced at 314. So absolutely, it's come down from its January highs. But you know what?
I don't
like
get
you
it.
said. I get your point. When you had an opportunity to go for that original drop, you almost were joining that party of people who had the ability to be there at the original point. So it makes sense why you would want to go for that, and you'd feel that way when you're able to own one of these.
Yeah, exactly. So okay. I guess, I don't know. I'm looking here what's left.
Pull you back up.
I don't know. I got 2 on my mind here, but I'm going to go with the Nightwing.
Okay.
Just because it's the ultra rare. It's one. I think it was the 3rd Batman set, if I'm not mistaken. I know that it closes out that set. It's an FA. It's a really clean looking collectible. A lot of people were talking about it as well when I first got in. And I think that this one here actually has some history to it. I mean, we talked to NFT Pirates about it, and he was mentioning how a lot of people were flipping out of things to go into this because of the scarcity. It was 1,850 mints. People thought this was going to be a big deal, and they were selling Todd's to buy Nightwing. And then he said how he didn't realize that it would flip like how it did. So when were you around for that? Or is it still before you?
I love the Nightwing. I really like that collectible.
Yeah.
a lot. I wanted to have it, but I don't have it.
Yeah. So it's coming down. Maybe one day we can all get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 700 right now. Price is 700. You talked about scarcity, 1850 mints. So yeah, it's coming down. I mean, we've all been around during the times of where it was thousands, not hundreds. 700 is still a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
You got to really, open up your wallet book to be able to afford one of these. But it's not like the thousands that we were seeing. It was before on the app. There was a point where you need $100, 100 gems can barely buy you anything.
Yeah. It's true. No, but even I love Jim Lee and his figures on the app are amazing. Like my favorite Batman, the way it looks, is the Jim Lee Batman that just came out like a month ago or whatever it was. I just think that his sculptures and his art is amazing. So I'm happy to have a Jim Lee in my collection. Of course, Wen took the other Jim Lee. What else is new? Keep taking my picks.
You're copying, I think.
Yeah. All right. You're back on the clock, Wen.
I would choose Dragon Girl Silver Gold.
Ooh. First art off the board, I think, right?
Yep. Big shout out to Johnny Dunn because that's one of his favorite collectible. I don't have it. I never have had it, but that is not.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Oh, sorry. Which one is
Silver
it?
and gold.
My bad.
There's so many of them.
There we go. I got it.
Are you confusing me?
Yeah, there we go. Sorry.
I'm trying to throw you off.
You got me, though. You got me.
That one is very beautiful. I don't have it. I never have had it.
I think this might be the first art. This might be the actual first art piece on the app, if I'm not mistaken. This drop.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the aesthetics on this is insane. Like the detailing in the dragon, and when you think kind of long term, you think about the ability to visit other people's showrooms. You think maybe about the potential of a metaverse, of a Veveverse, that you can almost immerse yourself in kind of an AR experience if that ever does come. This is something that, and I've always said, I think art, the true value of art isn't here yet. Like it's going to the value of art on this project will be worth more in the future when you can actually interact with it within a Veveverse environment. This is a nice collectible. It has 888 mints, currently priced at $9.99.
I didn't realize there was that few. I think you got a steal. I think that was a good pick.
So you said this is one of your friend's favorite collectibles.
Johnny Dunn.
Oh, Johnny Dunn?
He's our friend too. Superstar Johnny Dunn.
I missed the name.
Yeah.
Johnny Dunn is amazing.
Very nice guy. Very good golfer from what I hear.
Back
to you, Rob.
I'm up. Okay. All right. Give me Bubbles. I watched this show as a kid. I'm not ashamed. All right. Bubbles is let me pull it up over here. Pretty valuable. It's obviously I'm a little bit kidding because I know it's a pretty valuable collectible, especially if you want the Powerpuff Girls set. She's currently at 3,199, 600 mints. Very realistic looking because it's a cartoon, so it's not that hard to get a realistic looking, right? So I've actually every once in a while thought about going for like the bubble set, and then every time I see this one, I'm like, okay, I don't have 3,000 gems. I'm not doing it. So why not? You can always, in fantasy, you can always live and dream, right?
Yep. All right, you got another pick, Rob.
All right, let's go with. We'll do the Brian Ballin Penguin.
I like that one. I really like the penguin, how it looks.
I'm actually picking it. I don't know the price. I don't know the mints. I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm only picking it because I've seen a lot of fun pictures with it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's the only penguin on the app too, right? So that's big time.
Yeah, exactly. But like I've seen amazing photos with it on Instagram. People have done a lot of fun things with this one. Has 3,250 mints. It's priced at $230. What is the one that caught my eye on that list, and that's why I'm going with this one.
Nice. All right, Wen, we're back to you. Not much left to pick from.
I will choose Bruce Team Harley Quinn. That is the FA I said before, but the other one was FE. This one is FA for Harley Quinn, and I like that one. One of the. I remember last year someone was talking a lot about this collectible, so I don't know. That keeps in my mind.
Yeah, this one was.
First appearance of Harley Quinn.
I remember what you're talking about when people were talking about it. It was this one and the Joker that everyone was talking about together, which one they would pick. There was a lot of people deciding, would you go for Joker or would you go for Harley Quinn? I think you got a steal here as well. Obviously, the Steve Pugh's more rare and more expensive, but this is the FA. And if FA does matter down the line, you're definitely going to want to have a bunch of them.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble finding this one, guys. But
yeah, because there's 1,000 Harley Quinns on this app.
I think I found it.
Yeah, there you go.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that one is very undervalued in the app. I think she should be more valuable.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the first of how many? How many are there? There's like 20 now, Harley Quinns, right? So to have the first one.
Yeah, 7,500 mints. 197, so definitely it's within range if somebody did want to pick this up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so back to me. I'm going to go with a spec play here. I'm going to take Ultraman Ace because there's a lot of talks about if China gets fully going on this app, that this will explode. I haven't really bought into those vibes yet that's going to happen. But if this is the case, this is the first drop with Ultraman, and this is the rarest from that drop. I'm going to have to go with the Ace. I don't really know if that's my favorite one from the drop, but from what I understand too, the first drop doesn't even have the original Ultraman. It's only on the poster, which is my next pick because it is also the first poster.
I know nothing about Ultraman. I just learned about it because of this. I don't know about the Asian exposure. Supposedly they come in so many different forms. Like, I'm going to look silly, but let us know below. Educate us maybe a little bit on Ultraman.
Johnny Dunn was teaching me about this once. He was talking about how the poster came in to reward people or given to people who for some kind of a mistake.
In this drop, there was like they oversold. They sold more than they had, so they gave the secret rare to those that were affected.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So they gave the secret rare to that. So that's why I'm taking the poster too, just because like that's an error on Veve. It's always going to be tied to that. So give me both the Ultramans. If Ultraman pops off, I win.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Anyways, Ultraman 3,500, like I said, and then where's the poster? Do you know there's a bunch of posters? Is this one
secret rare poster? It's the one with it looks like action figure.
I mean, that's a crazy, interesting story. But they sold too many. Yeah. They sold too many, so they had to give it away. I love it. 3,800 issued, 230 gems. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't know, guys, if you know that this cover, it should have the label of Marvel. That's why people were speculating about this poster way before that we had Marvel. I don't remember which part, but up there, the original cover has the Marvel logo.
Oh, so that's how they knew that Marvel was coming. So then, does this become the first Marvel or what? Like everyone says it's Spider-Man.
That is a debate about some that we said, is this the first Marvel or is not? But
that's a good point. I never heard that before. So
I never heard it either. I think I have to go buy one now.
Yeah, that's why we brought her on, right? To bring these types of tips from the OGs. So when you got one of two left, are you into cars or are you into wacky Robin poses?
I would go just this one because it was my first actually drop for the DeLorean. Okay,
that makes sense. Your first drop, it gives you some nostalgia.
I still have it, and I have a low min, like 149 or something like that, and that drop that was also glitchy.
Oh, that's a good min.
Were they different prices? Was the UR were the different rarities different prices when you went for this drop, or was it blind box different price?
No, blind box came until the Mighties. The first Mighties were the first time that we had blind boxes. Before it was just like you go after one drop. And with this one in particular, I think they had to shut it down, the drop for some minutes. But when I click, I just left my iPad to just thinking like for 20 minutes. And after that, it just went through or something like that. And that's why I have a low mint of this one.
It took that long, 20 minutes.
But the drop took like 3 hours, if I can recall well.
Wow. So that's something that we didn't know. I know that when we first got in, it was glitchy and you had to like load it early. you have to get into the drop screen like 20 minutes before, and you have to turn on your display. You couldn't have your display turn off, right? Or else it would like mess up the time. So that's cool to know. Like we're learning so much here, Rob.
Yeah, I did not know any of that. So thanks for sharing on that. And I think the fact that you have a low mint, that's mint. That's mint.
And there's so many. There's 12,500 to have a low mint in that. You made your own scarcity. People are gonna want that.
And because it's mine.
Yeah, and because with the name tied to it, it helps too. Right?
You know,
so
you brought up a pretty interesting point actually. Now that you mentioned that, because the other day, we actually did a video yesterday, and we were doing a video on low mints and like kind of trying to pick up, you know, if someone's selling a low mint, how do you know you're really getting a deal? Are they just undercutting because they can't sell it, or are you actually getting a snipe? And then it was funny because one of the low mints there was Taps Trade. It was like legitimately Taps Trade selling one of his Ayavaga motos. And I was wondering, eventually, if they bring in a record of who's owned what, is there a new factor in that? For example, like let's go to the highest level I can think of, Gary V's collectible. You know, you saw that Gary V at one point owned that collectible, or you saw that another person that you identify with or you like has owned that collectible. Will that add value? It's like a factor in the market that doesn't exist right now. Interesting to know though going forward in the future. You know, if you own you bought Logan Paul's, whatever collectible he has, Pikachu, not when Pokemon, right? Pikachu or whoever, then is it going to be worth more for the simple fact that you owned it? Just a cool thought that you brought up there. Speaking of your DeLorean.
Actually, one of my friends, I don't remember if it was Randy, someone bought his collectible just because it was his collectible. So, yeah. But no one that I can recall has bought any collectible. I was just joking.
Yeah. No, I know you're joking, but it triggered me on thinking that, because I have wondered that actually, even when you saw Taps Trade, would someone be maybe willing to buy it because maybe they watch him and they like him? The community's small right now. Obviously, generally, we are just internal people, but if you go out to people who have millions of followers, right, like the guys I just mentioned, maybe it will actually bring value. It's pretty cool to think of.
Yeah,
I think the only advantage that I have had is that one time someone reached out to me because he bought one of my Superman, and he said that if I can sell a little bit cheaper, and that was the only advantage. But besides that,
yeah, because they trust you, they trust your face, they know you from your videos or whatever, so that helps add some kind of trust that you're not going to scam or anything too, right? Like that's how all these people doing escrows and all that, right? They use them even though we're just YouTubers. It's somebody who's putting their face out there. Anyway, Rob, you ended up with the Carmen Infantino as your last pick.
No, I don't mind it. I'll take it. I'll put a Robin in. You know, I got Batman already.
Yeah,
the Robin,
Batman, right? And Robin. You got the partners.
Yeah, so 855. I got the partners now. 750 mints. Not a bad last pick. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty happy with this. So bring it over.
So let's show the final results. Oops.
Oh, my bad. I
keep clicking it at the same time. I'll scroll it over here. Can you guys see that? Yeah, right?
Yeah, we can see it.
Whoops. So, guys, in the comments, which one do you like the most of the three? Do you like Team Rob over here? Do you like Team Wen in the middle? She stole all my picks. Or do you like Team Joe down there on the end?
You're in the middle for me, by the way.
Yeah, vote Joe. Oh, wrong way.
Yeah.
But I think that I won because Wendy picked my team for me. So that's the difference. I guess, Rob, we had a couple other questions, and I think then we're done here.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for. I hope you enjoyed our draft. Okay. We tend to do this whenever we have guests on the channel. It's just a fun way to kind of do it, and the commenters will let us know what they think, and we give our reasons why we pick things, and then they give us their reasons why maybe they would have done something differently, and of course they'll let us know who they thought had the best pick. But I wanted to ask you a little bit about a couple things. The first thing that I thought was really interesting is actually Joe mentioned to me is you have an interview coming up tomorrow. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to interview the CEO of Terra Virtua. We are going to talk about the metaverse because they are going to launch really soon their metaverse. So I'm going to ask about that. Also, they just start to do this Terra Virtua Studios. And I'm going to ask about gaming and Web3 and, of course, NFTs. So, yeah, tomorrow is going to be at at 1 p.m. British summer time. That is like 7 a.m. Central Time, like Mexico City time, and 8 a.m. Eastern Time. So I'm very excited because even though I am very involved also in Terra Virtua, it's the first time that I'm gonna interview like the CEO of the project. So I'm a little bit nervous, but yes, I'm very excited about that.
That's pretty cool. No, I don't know too much about that project. I've seen it around, obviously, because we research for Veve, and it comes up because of NFTs and all that stuff. But really interested to begin learning about other projects. So definitely going to tune into that, even though it's super early for us on this side. But you know what? That's huge that you get to interview the CEO. But really, really good for you. Congratulations on landing that interview. And hopefully we get to hear a little bit of a different side from like the business side or the people on that side of the fence and how they think, right? We have David, we have Dan. We hear they're very, very people like. I don't know how the CEO that you're interviewing is. So really curious to see what their thinking is and if they think different than the rest of the community.
Yes, I agree. That's what I like the most, like to learn from other points of view and understand that this space is so huge that what Gary Vee said, this is not about this or that, but this and that, because the space is huge. If you choose good projects, you can learn from different perspectives, and that increase the way how you see the Web3.
Yeah. And so most I think most people watching are predominantly Veve people. Just maybe, Terra Virtua, it's Terra Virtua, right?
I don't know if I pronounce well, but Terra Virtua.
Terra Virtua, okay. And so what just a quick synopsis of just what is it, just so that they have an idea of what it is.
Well, Terra Virtua, of course, is not the same than Veve, but we also have license like Paramount, Legendary. They also have comics, for example, Vampirella or Sherlock Holmes or The Boys, and well, the collectible side of it. And also they have art. They also have, like, for example, Godzilla versus Kong, and you can display in the fan cave. So it's pretty much your own environment. And what is the focus more is about the metaverse. So they have been building it like since 2018. So it has been a long time since they have been building it. And that's what I get into that, because of the metaverse and because the way how you can use the NFTs will be used also in VR. So for me, that's like very, like the technology I really like, because I have seen the sneak peeks and I really like the concept. So yeah, pretty much is that metaverse. They also have gaming. They have Nitro League that you can display in the garage, and you will need like even fuel to run the cars. And they just partnered with Cardano. So a lot of cool stuff is coming, but I can't say more because NDA.
No, that's pretty cool. Seems like you're really tied to that project as well. So no, you're really into the space, I guess. We got in late, I think, but we're still early, which is kind of cool. That's
early still.
Yeah, for everything else, right? So
you said a lot of things there, right? Sorry, Joe, did you finish?
No, I was just gonna ask if you had anything else.
Yeah, I do. So you said a lot of great things there. You talked about the metaverse, which ultimately is going to bring in that new utility that will drive value, right? It's the most important thing, I think, in my opinion. You talked about how it's not this or that, it's this and that, because there's going to be so much investment, so many winners in the space, and so early. It's still too early to tell who's gonna be the champions of it. But Web3 is something else that you talk a lot about. You just kind of mentioned it right now in your discussion previously. And the thing that I've always had a question about, I wonder your thoughts on this, is like they talk about how Web3 will be the transition from like centralization in Web2 to decentralization in Web3. But in a way, right now, all we see are centralized, almost like companies like Veve, right? In a form of centralization, but you may have more control and ownership over it. How do you think that, like companies like Veve, for example, or any other projects you might be involved in, which are kind of centralized, how will they be involved in that Web3 decentralized environment?
I believe that for the mainstream, the concept of centralization might be more friendly. So that's why they are doing this approach, because explaining what is decentralization to people that is not into the space is a little bit hard. So like many people start to, like me, I start to collect NFTs because of Veve, because in the beginning it makes sense and it was much easier than understanding, even though that I have been in crypto since 2018, like MetaMask and all of that, I was afraid. But with Veve, I understand that they want to go for the mainstream. So centralization is a huge part of bringing new users to something that is similar and familiar for them. So I'm not against the concept of centralization with Veve. But at the end of the day, it's like to have a body. The body needs two hands, two legs. So in each one, even though they look similar, they are different. Like I cannot do the same thing with my right hand that with my left hand. I don't know if I say it right, but for me that is Veve. Like Veve understand very well how to bring new users. Then they are not into the crypto space, so they make it familiar for them. So centralization is part of that. But I do believe that maybe at some point they will open the space if people understand better the concept of what is Web3. However, they have really concepts about the Web3, like the tokenomics and all of that part. But it's just for people that we are into that we understand that. But new users, they don't care. Like, what is on me? Like, they don't care, but we do.
Yeah. No, I think that Vivi's doing something really genius here. The way that they're getting people into it and addicted. Like, this is a very addicting app. I mean, people go for drops of things that they've never heard of. They'll spend hundreds of dollars on things that they just learned of 24 hours, 48 hours before, because they hope for value to come from it. I do think that down the line, Veve is going to open the doors and have some kind of a hybrid model where if you want to keep your stuff in, keep it in. If you want to bring it out, you can bring it out. And I think a lot of the licensors might have something to say about that as well, because they might want to participate and kind of push the door open a little bit for them. I do think, like everybody else, that the art stuff is going to be that first opportunity to test it out, to see how it is in the Web3. But I do think that they're still going to always have a little bit of that centralization hub or home base where you can go back to make sure that everything is secure. Like, for example, right now, there's been those hacks and all this stuff, and Vivi's able to stop things and go in and fix it. In a decentralized world, you can't do that. So you have that opportunity. It's almost like I said, it's like a hub where you can go. And if they do introduce changes to collectibles and stuff, it will only happen if you're in that hub, where if they improve it, because once you take it out, they don't have access to that anymore. So there's those things down the line. There's a lot to happen still. And I do think that it's smart, like you mentioned, how it brings people into the app because they're more comfortable this way. They feel more safe. They're maybe not as exposed in the crypto world. And that's smart. That's smart marketing. And I think people don't even realize that that's the game that they've been played into a lot of the time. I think the people early on, like yourself, came in probably through crypto. But that next wave came in through Disney and through Andre Jick and all people who are interested in centralized stuff at first. And people, they like to be able to buy stuff with credit card and not worry about it, right? So I think that's my thoughts.
Okay, I got another one for you. So we talked about now, Web3, it's still kind of too early to tell. Some projections are like as early as 3, as long as 10, 15 years. So what is, in your mind, the roadmap for Veve in 1 year, that's short term? What should they accomplish in 3 years, which we're going to assume maybe 3 to 5 years, which is the early beginnings of a true Web3, right? And then long term, how do you see it fitting in, going through 1 to 3 to 5 to 10? Like, what's your roadmap in your mind of how that goes?
I believe in 1 year. This is the thing that I love about Veve. They don't let anyone push them more than their steps. So even though that everyone is like, you have to do this, you have to do this, like they know what they're doing. So in that sense, I believe that they're gonna fix the issues that are affecting like the app, like maybe yes, of course, MPL. But in my opinion, this is my opinion. Please don't freak out. I believe because comes from banking, it will take time. Like that's why they're taking the time to do it. So maybe by the end of the year, we will have the MTL or later on. But that is my opinion. Maybe I might be wrong. I don't know. And also they will fix the app, the website. I think a priority might be that the website you can use it more or at the same time with the app. And I will say that in a year they will start to roll out the MCP and the OPU. Yeah.
OUP, yeah.
OUP.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in Spanish.
Yeah. That's right. It's backwards, the other way around.
I always had that question. I'm like, do people who speak multiple languages always think in one language, or do you
Yes,
think in the language that you're speaking in? It's funny that you said.
Programa de utilidad is like utility program is in English, Spanish is programa de utilidad. So it's
Yeah.
but yeah, I believe that. And to be honest, I'm not in a rush that as long as they do it, I don't mind to wait because it still is just 1 year. And this is still a startup. Like I understand where we have Disney, we have all these big brands, but they are still very new. Like they didn't expect all of this success. So I'm fine if they take time. And in 3 years, I will say that maybe gamification, we will have more into the with the collectibles and perhaps starting the Veveverse. Unless that's something like a miracle happens that we have Veveverse by the end of the year, might be, I don't know, might be a possibility. I believe that that might happen, but I'm not so sure. But in 3 years, that will be implemented with the gaming, and in long term, I will see like Veve become one of the most important marketplace of NFTs around the world. For example, I see like Veve selling when you go to a theme park and you want to buy like how do you call it? Like the souvenirs?
Souvenir.
Veve will sell some of those, like in big parts. So
it's funny that you say that because we just recently did a video about Veve becoming bigger than Amazon and how we think that that's possible because they can basically sell anything that they can draw or put together in 3D and a 3D model in AR. So what's to stop them from doing just that? And especially if they're going to be running an entire metaverse, Veveverse, whatever it is, it's basically a created world. So the possibilities are endless. I mean, maybe you can pay for the ability to fly in that world. You know what I mean? Like there's things that you can buy there that you might not even be able to buy on Amazon. So it's funny that you mentioned that because literally we did a video on that, 2-3 days ago, Rob?
Yeah.
I
was laughing.
And she didn't even watch it, but
that's okay. But it's funny you mentioned that in 10 years you believe that Veve can really become dominant and a major cash cow because we said they could be bigger than Amazon, but really in the video, what we brought to people's attention, we showed videos of early technology of how it's going to be useful. For example, the meta glasses, we showed you're going for a run and there's a little finish line, right? You can buy that finish line and own it. So you see it when you run. And then you imagine Google Maps on your glasses as you walk, showing you the directions to go. I mean, there's a lot, we're already all used to the digital world, but we're less used to the virtual world. So I think you had a great answer, by the way, going from 1 to 3 to 10 years. And you did mention the Veveverse. So I'll ask you one more thing. So the Veveverse, what is it exactly to you? How do you think it's going to look? And how will these NFTs and collectibles be involved in that? Just from your perspective.
I believe there is going to be some point where, maybe, how many years are we talking about?
Like when it's fully functional, when it's
it doesn't even
fully running.
You can answer it any way you want. Yeah, you can answer it in 1 year and then in 3 years, whatever you want.
Yeah. I was talking with a friend, and everyone is very focused into virtual reality, and I believe that this is gonna happen, like eventually. But the most interesting is gonna be like walking on the street, and there are like
that's it.
Like something that you have your Googles, and you can see display like this big how do you say, like commercial about Coca-Cola, but you only can see with your Googles. or with your glasses, and that is combined with the stuff that you have. Like for example, if you enter into my house and you have your glasses or your lenses, because I believe that eventually it's going to be like lenses, and you just turn them on and you will see like my full collection of my Pride, for example, in the middle of my living room or something like that. That I believe that's
Dragon Girl.
I like more Pride in that sense. I like Dragon Girl, but I like more Pride. I don't know why. Funny story is that I flip a thought instead of Pride, but I believe in the power of thought. But well, that's another story. But yeah, so I believe that is, and by that I mean like Veve will be the marketplace where you can sell those luxury digital collectibles, because this is the thing. Everyone thinks that Veve is only about investment, but there are enough for collectors, meaning not all of it has to, they don't have to sell everything that is big value, like Pride, like Thought. Like they can sell stuff that's more like this, more collectibles that someone likes and they just want to have them in their showroom. So I think that is very important, and I do believe that Veve is gonna be that marketplace. Same with Terra Virta will have another concept, but that's why I have them both. Like my two hands, I have both because I believe in both.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's how I always pictured it as well, as like a more of an augmented reality than virtual reality. I guess mixed reality is what they call it now. Like you said, it's not necessarily going to be things that are only valuable investments. You can, for example, buy your Christmas lights on Veve. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to buy your Christmas lights for anything. It's just like you might want to buy white lights, put it on your house. But the one thing that intrigued me, you said, was you think it's going to be like lenses. Like you mean like contact lenses?
Yeah, like
right on your eyes. Wow.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
That is like, so when this video is shown, like remember my words.
I hope you're right. That would be pretty cool.
It'll be out there. I've never worn contact lenses before, but I'm gonna have to learn very quickly to squeeze those in my eyes right away. I'm gonna be poking myself, trying to get it
my
going.
God, I'm blind. Like literal, I'm super blind. Like I cannot see without the lenses. So
yeah,
one time you see me in real life, I'm gonna do it like this.
You'll be squinting. You're gonna be squinting because you can't see.
I cannot see.
Okay, another one for you. How many Supergirls do you own?
Okay, I have all of the Supergirls, but the only ones that I have two is the first appearance and the DC Alley. But because one of them, someone in the community, I helped him many times, and he gave me the number 66, Supergirl DC Alley.
Ooh, nice. That's a very nice number. Very nice.
Yes, he gave it for Christmas to me.
Beautiful. Nice. That's a great present.
That's the other thing. These are becoming gifts and presents. Actually, that's what I gave Rob for his birthday.
I was about to say that. Joe gave me 100 gems for my birthday, actually.
Which is who is having the birthday? You?
No, I had it early May, and he gave me gems.
That was his present.
That is so cute.
It's funny. I know. It's funny. He's like, hey, go list something on the marketplace. I got to send you something.
I have an extra Toby now.
All right. Joe, you got anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. I got something to say. We really appreciate you being on our channel and having this discussion, doing this draft. I hope it was a lot of fun. We know, we didn't want to take too much of your time. So again, we appreciate you being here, sharing your thoughts on Web3. We definitely want to echo your interview tomorrow coming up, that everybody has an opportunity to listen to it and learn a little bit more about Web3. I mean, it's a CEO of a pretty major project. So I think you're going to get a lot of hits on that one. It has to, right? So we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Check out the YouTube channel. I think it's in her name there, and her on Twitter. Great follow as well there. Always posting informative stuff there. So make sure you check that out. And no, again, thank you very much for coming on and sharing your thoughts. We learned a lot. I learned a lot. And it's always nice to hear from somebody who was in earlier than you, just because you have those stories of, I guess, origination of the project. And it's just fun. It's fun time. So really, really happy to have you on.
Thank you so much for inviting me. And by the way, I'm going to do a giveaway for one of when I made a teacher for the Veve community that it has all the signatures of the team, including Dan.
Oh, that's cool.
And in the back is Randy and Taps. So stay tuned, guys, because I'm gonna do it like really soon. I just been busy, but
Go subscribe.
And
no, you don't have to subscribe, but if you go to see my Twitter, you will see it.
There you go.
all right. And also, speaking of subscribe, Joel, pull it up. Become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button. Join the Superstar fam. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please let us know below who you think had the best draft. What would you have done differently? Maybe, you would have picked things a little bit differently, or maybe you had somebody who you like exactly how they picked. Let us know what you think about Web3, Veveverse, anything that we discussed in this video. Comment below. We can always pass a message on to Wen as well if you have any ideas. And again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.